Hey.
Dun, da, da, da. Here we go. All right. Well, welcome,
Okay.
everybody, to Astronomy Daily Live. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's 2:01 UTC, and here we are again to sit and chit-chat all things astronomy and space and science and all kinds of other nerdy things. I hope everybody's doing well. Tom, nice to see you in the chat. Uncle Bill, excellent. Uncle Bill painting the chat yellow. And Carolina Sky Astronomy. Hey, nice to see you there, Jim.
Must be cloudy. Must be cloudy in Carolina.
Must be cloudy. I tell everybody
gosh.
this. It's like, if you have a choice, between being here and being outside with your scope or binoculars or just your eyes, go outside. You can come here later, right? I'm here every single day. So go out. Let's see. So Chuck is there as well. So good. We got the regular crowd. I've got such a great group here. We've got such a great group here, and it's absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad to be associated with all of you, because it's just great. It's just absolutely great. Speaking of all of you on the panel, Bobby, hey, what's going on?
Not much, and please welcome the captain of USS Otter, Miss Captain Arthur Linda.
Hey.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Sure.
All right, well, cool. So hope everybody's doing well.
Speaking of good group, I hope Ert comes on tonight. I found quite a number of videos, which I need to look at this Revolution Imager R2. And he's got to be careful he doesn't pick up the videos on the original one. He's got to go the ones that are just a year old or younger. But the guy who makes them is a guy named Fowler. He runs Orange County Telescope or something. And he has a little bit of the same problem that Neil Tyson has. Fowler actually is a very knowledgeable guy, but he tries too hard to put on a show when he's doing his videos. And a lot of times his videos would be a lot clearer if he'd can some of the amateur showmanship, get it out of there and just show you what's going on.
Yeah.
I thought of Neil when I looked at Fowler. I don't actually, I wouldn't like Fowler as a person. He's just too, he tries too hard. It gets a little oppressive. But he does have some good videos. He's pushing this Revolution Imager,
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I said, for that price, I think it's a great deal. The resolution isn't all that great, but I think, for what you get and what you're going to do with it, I think it's really great. I like the rechargeable battery pack, right? I like that. I like the fact that you can do longer exposures. So you're not stuck with the moon and the planets, which are great. It's really,
if I could
great.
get a bigger moon, I'd be happy.
Yeah. But you can get galaxies, fainter things too. So that is really nice.
I mean, I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for the monitor, so that I can monitor what I'm looking at. That's the main reason I was doing it. And I have plugged mine together just to see that it's functional. Because if not, I send it back.
Sure.
I mean, you can set it on. I sat on my desk and plugged everything together. The next challenge is to figure out where to put it on the scope. I mean, I have such an over-teched scope. I mean, I've got imager focusers on it. I've got the focuser, the GPS. I mean, you name it. If they sell it, it's on that scope. Yeah. And I'm thinking, where am I going to put something else? I better tweak it back.
I think you'll be able to figure that out just fine.
Here we go, Astro Live. Yeah,
Yeah.
those ZWO cameras, I love those.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Ryan, but probably will not be on. He's supposed to be doing that Total Brian show, which
Okay.
Oh, all right for him.
All right, cool.
which
That's all right.
maybe not be in my type of music. Okay, but especially with the foul language or
Yeah, I don't like
the
it.
the
Now, believe me,
gown.
I'm old enough that I've heard every piece of foul language on this earth, and I've said most of it. And I've heard, I understand, but that's different from liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Enjoying it.
yeah.
I could be a little bit offended if there is explicit language in music and in comedy shows.
Well, then I sort
Unless
of see.
unless unless it's bleep.
Yeah,
I
but
would know mine if I could get the bleep version.
If
words to
I can,
me.
I won't watch something I can't eat my popcorn with, and then watch it.
Yeah.
Don't
Words to me are tools, and tools, should be used appropriately. If those words are appropriate, that's fine with me. I don't care. I don't mind a bit.
But I don't like the gratuitous use of that stuff. Just
Well,
for shock value. I
it's
don't like
right. It's just like the overuse of anything, right? You take a hammer and start smashing everything up. It's like no, you don't do that. That's no good.
I don't.
So yeah. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of smashing up, I am sort of inclined to go back to the asteroid Bennu, and do a little bit of mapping. They've got 2 more days to map over 2,000 pictures. It's not going to happen.
No,
right?
I did a couple of them.
It's
Whoa.
not going to happen. But I think that I'd sort of like to do that, and we can chit chat here about rocks and boulders and asteroids and whatever else you want.
And rock
And-
is what they've got, boy. Jeez.
Yeah, that is. I think one of the shockers. They were expecting dirt. Like
Yeah.
not necessarily fine silty dirt, but dirt, right? Just like dirt. And what they're finding is rocks and boulders, and that device
Ah.
that they're going to drop down onto the surface and try to grab something. I think was sort of designed to pick up dirt, not to pick up boulders and
Boulders.
rocks.
Yeah.
But that's why the mapping of this is relatively important, because we should be able to find at least a couple of locations where there's a little bit of finer material there. Andy Cowley, hey, nice to see you in the chat. Welcome. Glad you're here. So, I did hear about the Chang 4 lander. I haven't heard anything about it at all, except I think this was the fourth. Was it the fourth time around? I'm not exactly sure, but it's still going. But yeah, if you've got lots of information about that, let us know, because that's a very, very exciting mission, and I don't care who is doing it. I don't really care. I just think that we should be doing it, and we are, right? So I think it's absolutely great. I think
Maybe if Astro Live Show could direct us to where the data release is at, that would be great.
Sure, yeah, that'd be absolutely great. So in the meantime, I'm going to make sure that I'm over on Cosmo Quest, and I am. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Whew. Wow. I'm gonna get whiplash. I swear, I'm gonna get whiplash.
That's my favorite
because
sound effect.
It's great, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so here is the CosmoQuest site that they have set up for the Bennu mappers, as they're calling this. And here I will put the link in the chat just in case you haven't looked at this yet.
And how the heck they can do 2,000 images if none of them actually does it within 2 days?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping, maybe assuming that they have a plan B and maybe a plan C. But as you can see right here, I'll sort of zoom in a little bit.
Okay, so Astro Live Channel's got some probably. Okay, Moon
Oh, good.
anomaly massive block detected buried under solar system's largest impact crater.
I heard
So it's
about
not
that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the chain 4.
Yeah, no, that's a completely different subject, as far as I know. So yeah. So Tom is saying that he's seen enough rocks for today, but
Yeah.
Tom, I'm going to do it anyway. So you're just going to have to close your eyes or something.
Yeah.
Because I think that's at least where I'm going to go with this today. So like you can see,
it was talking about the lunar lander and stuff on Astro Live's channel.
Oh, cool, nice. Anyway, so it looks like they've gotten through 2,443 images. So what that means is that each of those pictures has been viewed 15 times by different viewers. So it's pretty extraordinary. But yeah, they still have over 2,000 left. There's absolutely no way. Not that I can think of, that they're going to be able to plow through that many in 2 days. There's just no way. It sort of reminds me of 2010, right? When they're all settled in, and it's like we've got our plan and all that, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, we got to get out of here in 2 days. So well, they did it. I don't think that the Bennu mappers are going to do it. So hopefully they've got a plan B. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's I don't know, grad students. I don't know. Don't know. But let's do one here, and it's a small contribution, very, very small, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of neat, and these are pictures that really no one has really ever seen before. So I think that's extremely cool. So let's do it. Let's launch this application and map this a little bit.
It'd be great if the plan B was to actually really get some people that can do it.
Well, see, the whole point to this is to actually get 15 views per image, so they can do some like some very, very simple stats, and they've actually found that actually works either as good or better than somebody who actually can. So I think it's great. I think it's great. It's not what I would call citizen science. This is data collection, which is part of the scientific process. But nobody's really doing any science here, right? They're just collecting data. Really, really important stuff, and works really, really, really well. So all right, let's take a look at this bad boy and get get through it here. This might be a shorter than normal live stream, just because. Ooh, so we got a nice shiny thing on here. Look at that. How bright and shiny that. I guess you'd call that a boulder. That's really, really close to being a rock. I'm going to call it a boulder. So what we're supposed to do here is we are supposed to mark craters and boulders and rocks. And the craters are usually the largest thing. And I don't know about you, but I'm seeing a crater right there. Do you see that? So I think I'm going to mark that as a crater.
Okay,
think
so
we can
Tom
move this
and Scotter is going to request if they can get a couple of days more.
Yeah, I don't know what the Osiris Rex team, what their timeline is. I know that they have a timeline in terms of they have to be able to return the sample back to Earth. You know, not exactly in like one moment of time, but they have a pretty narrow window there. So since they have to bring the sample back, you know, during a specific time, that means that they have to grab the sample in some window of time, which means they have to find a place to actually grab the sample from in a certain amount of time, which is why, July 10th, I think, was sort of the cutoff date. But they've got almost half of the images to go through still. So, yeah, I don't know exactly. Anyway,
Like I said, I think there's two little people doing it.
Yeah, well, I think they've done extremely well. They've gotten 2,400 images done, which I think is absolutely great. It's just that there's many, many left. Anyway, would you sort of agree that there is a crater there, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep that one. Well, I don't know if I can hide that or not while I'm looking at the other ones, though. Let's see if we can. I don't think I can. So for the boulders, what you want to do is you want to find the longest axis and draw a line in between those. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a show here. So I'm just going to start doing that. And, this does take a commitment of time, but let's do it. And, we can chit chat about other things too. So if there's anything on anybody's mind, either in the chat or on the panel, let's do it. And you can sort of watch me do this and make sure that it's sort of acceptable to you. See, now this boulder here is going off the edge of the screen, so I don't really know how far off the screen it goes. So I guess what I'll do is just sort of do it this way. Okay.
I have a totally inappropriate question for Tom, which doesn't have anything to do with this, but I am a little curious about it as an ex-female professional. Does Dr. Gay require that her friends refer to her as Dr. Gay, or is it okay for them to call her Pam? And I realize how loaded that question is.
Yeah.
But I thought we all knew each other in astronomy, and we're getting doctor this and doctor that and doctor somebody else. These people have obviously never worked in an area, as I did, where everybody and their brother had a PhD. Right. Now, Dr. Pam is a little more friendly. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Uncle Bill calls Dr. Pamela Gay Dr. Pam. Or you can call her the Star Strider.
Yeah, well, that's friendly. I mean, Dr. Pam is friendly. I like that a lot better.
Right. When I met Pamela in Tucson about a month ago or so, I called her Pamela right from the beginning, and she
And
called me
she was
Matt. Right.
comfortable with that, I hope.
She didn't say otherwise.
Okay.
So,
She probably was.
Okay.
so
So
yeah,
Tom is saying she prefers Pamela, Dr. Pamela, or Dr. Gay. Uncle Bill says call her Dr. Pam, or Andy, they call her Pam.
No problem. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I think you all see what I'm getting.
It's fine. Yep,
yeah.
I got it.
Bert!
Uh-oh, there's your friend, Miss Atta.
There we go.
There's an ERT alert. ERT alert.
Are you looking for more
Why do you
voters?
always break out in raucous laughter every time I say "Ert"? You know, I didn't think
Yeah.
it was particularly funny.
Just
Makes me
caught
laugh.
my
Makes
attention.
me
How you
laugh.
doing, Ron?
Hey,
Hey,
doing
Ron,
good.
what's going on? Hope everything's well.
Looks like a patch of green for the golf course. What's going on there?
Yeah, this is a crater. I have marked a crater. I'm sort of seeing
I don't think it's
a
a crater at all.
right there. So
I
yeah,
don't think it's a crater.
see that's why I am only one of 15 people who are going to be looking at this image, and they can decide whether there's a crater there or not. I'm sort of using a little bit of wild imagination and saying, there's something. There's something there.
Gold there.
Well, there's something really, really shiny or really, really flat right there. Do you see that? Isn't that amazing? Anyway, so yeah, I am mapping Bennu, and I think seeing these kinds of images and realizing that this might be one of the first times that this patch has ever been seen. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'm just going through here.
Okay, how would that be a crater though? It's not like your normal.
Well, it definitely isn't your normal crater. What I'm seeing here is sort of what looks to me like it's a little bit deeper down here in the middle, and what it seems to be a little bit of a ring right there.
I see that.
So I'd like to welcome Gigi in the text. She is also working on the same image as well.
Oh,
it's
good.
really, really hard. Not sure if it counts as a crater or not. It looks like it may be a really old crater that got filled up.
Yeah. So see, and that is one of the great things about this project is that this is sort of a subjective thing, but since more people are going to be looking at this,
what are you looking at?
Look at the stats. This is the asteroid Bennu.
Oh, okay.
From
and Uncle Bill said old and bay craters still count. Work what you think you see.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to use your imagination a little bit, but so I'm saying that maybe there's a crater there, maybe not. It's sort of a subjective thing. So right now, what I'm doing is just marking boulders. So I'm trying to look.
And go.
Yeah. I don't know how they're ever going to find a place to land and get a sample.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how large of a sample area they need. Each pixel on this is 5 centimeters in size. So, you know, these are pretty sizable rocks
No,
too.
so Niji is saying it looks more oval-like. It
Yeah.
doesn't look circular to me, but there's no way to make an oval crater.
Right. Yeah. So you know, do as good as you can. That's you know the whole point. All right. So I'm gonna keep going. So Atta had some thoughts about the revolution. Do you want to talk about that?
Wonderful.
Atta,
Oh,
a little
yeah,
bit more?
I want to tell you about that.
I was going to ask you about that, but I didn't want to break in on it.
Well, I just
And
tested
I'm
mine
going
to
to do
see if it
this.
functioned. I mean, I hooked it up on the desktop here just to see if everything functioned. I haven't really had it outside yet. There's a guy, if you look up on YouTube, have you looked up Revolution Imager R2 on YouTube?
I have looked at that one. He did a whole video on setup, unboxing
Yeah, well, he's got
it.
2 videos on the R2.
Okay.
Check
Okay,
for
I'll look
both.
it up.
He's
All right.
putting it. Don't go for the ones that are 3 years old because they're on the original revolutionary imagery.
Right. The last one I looked at, it was the actual. It was like one of the most current ones.
Yeah,
Probably.
he has 2. I
Yeah.
know the one you saw.
Okay.
He has 2 of them. They're
Okay.
good because what I need more than anything else, I'm not a photographer. I mean, the thing I take pictures with is a one button does everything type of
Yeah.
camera, you know.
Yeah.
Sony Cybershock. Hit the button, you got the picture, and mostly that works. So I'm not into photography. Don't understand a lot of the terms and a lot of the setup. I needed a little more mechanical help, and he has another video which gives you a little more of that.
Yeah, I saw one of them. I don't know if that's one you're talking about, but I saw one where he actually goes into the settings of the camera, and you can show the different brightness of it.
Yeah, because again, what I wanted out of it, since I don't have a smartphone to display my images on, what I wanted out of it was just a telescope mounted screen so that you could see what I'm looking at on the screen. You don't have to get down on the eyepiece to see it.
So they have a holder. The one that did the unboxing, the one that I looked at just recently, had a bracket that you can actually mount on the back of your scope. Okay.
Yeah.
And now they also have tabletop mount as well. But this particular one had a actual mount that you put like where the red dot finder is, you know. You put the holder there for it. I think there might be some other options you can look at, you know, maybe as far as mounting it on the scope itself.
Yeah, well, I bought everything they sold, every accessory that went with it.
Yeah.
Just in case. The reason I do that is because sometimes if you wait too long to get it, it isn't available.
Yeah. So you have the tabletop mount, which that's not bad. You know, if you have a little table that you're going to be with in the field, and you can actually go ahead and just set it next to you on the table, and you can look at it that way. That's an option. You know, the cord is long enough. You could actually do that.
Yeah, I probably won't. I'd rather have it on the scope.
But then you'd have to use that bracket that goes right on. You mount it right on the scope, and then it sits right there on the end of your scope, and you can show everybody that wants to look at it.
Yeah, well, I bought that little thing they sell. Little mount. It's got a ball that you can move the thing around, and we'll see how that works. It doesn't look too bad. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it works because you got the same scope I got, so I'm curious to see how it works.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll work. I have no doubt about that. You know, At least mine turned on, which is a good sign. I checked
Yes.
that out right away because if there's something defective about it, nothing will happen when you hook it
Right.
up, and then it gets sent back. But so that's as far as I've gotten on it so far. But you
Okay.
have found the appropriate videos, and he has two of
Yeah.
them. Both of them
Okay.
are a year
I'll
old.
look at that. All right. I'll look at that newest one then.
And you have to, excuse it. Maybe it doesn't bother you, but the guy knows what he's doing. And
Oh, yeah.
But to me, he pushes his showmanship a little too hard. He
Yeah.
tries to be funny, and he's not a professional performer. I'd prefer just
Just
facts, I don't want
the nuts and bolts of it. That's
Yeah, I don't want to show. I just want the facts.
it. All right.
Well, how's Cause doing over there counting his rocks?
What do you think?
Getting his rocks off on the
Yeah.
Astro. I'm sorry.
So do you think it's worth the $300?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I definitely
All
I
right,
think
fair
that's a
enough.
rock deal. Yeah, I really, really do. I mean, you're not going to get, these high res images and all of that. You're just not. But I think you're going to be pretty pleased.
Okay.
Right? I mean, it's not going to be great. So don't
I was
have.
hoping that I kept checking Discord to see if Ada was going to share some pictures or not, but she didn't get on there yet.
No, I didn't. But I haven't taken any pictures. I don't want to take pictures. I want to show people.
No, I wanted to see what it looked like on the moon.
Oh.
That you could do. That you could do for us if you show us.
But the reason I bought the thing wasn't the same reason you bought it.
Right.
I like the little screen.
Right.
Because I don't have a smartphone. You can show people what you're looking at on your smartphone, I guess.
Right.
I don't do that. I don't do smartphones.
I don't do smartphones either. I'm lying.
So
I know.
I'm.
You guys, you both old people suck because you don't do smartphones or
Look out,
tablets.
kid. I'm a lot tougher than I look.
Oh my gosh. I know I can do a heck of a lot much better with a
Yeah.
phone than
Oh, yeah.
any other thing.
Actually, I do fairly well with my phone. I was surprised I did well without my computer this time when I went to Pine Bush, and I was shocked that I actually did as much as I did.
Yeah, but you know that's where the technology's going. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows that. The technology is going toward the handheld computer.
Oh yeah.
But for some of the stuff I do, like right now, I'm sitting in front of a 27-inch screen. It's an Apple iMac, 27-inch screen. It's great. I don't want to have to be doing my computer work on this 7-inch or even 9-inch diagonal thing that I'm holding in my hand. I just don't want to do that. And you can't beat the power of a well-equipped laptop or desktop machine. You just
that's true. Yeah.
Some of the spreadsheets and things I do, I couldn't do that on a smartphone. The smartphone just doesn't have enough memory or capacity.
Right.
Okay, so I
That's
need
right.
everybody's opinion here. What you think in terms of boulders? Am I missing anything obvious? This one's sort of way off the edge, so I'm just not gonna try that one. But
No.
I see 3 in there on the left. Is it 3? 3 on the left.
Which way?
Yeah.
About
One on the up.
Now, who's got the
left,
that one?
upper left. One right over next to it. Got
This
a boulder.
Oh, that looks like it's going off the edge too. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
Over to the right.
They're going off the edge. Just mark
Over to the right.
Which one?
That one right there. Right there. You got your cursor on it right now.
Oh, I
Is
don't.
that a boulder?
Well, there's this one.
Got a question.
I don't think.
Oh,
I don't,
that's
I don't-
my thought. What NGC object should we see?
That was yesterday.
yeah.
Smart Astro, you're asking somebody who'll listen.
I don't
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
there's a boulder. I think that's some dirt. Okay, well, I'm going to move on to rocks.
Okay, so now, well, how do you? I see. I still have trouble establishing what the boulder and what the rock is. That's why.
I
Well,
have that trouble too, and I've
yeah.
done a couple of these.
The rule that I've sort of followed, and actually, if you watch Annie on CosmoQuest, she sort of says, the same thing. Rocks are going to be about the size of the blue dot, and everything else is a
okay.
boulder. So see, there's another sort of boulder right there
Okay.
of sorts. So yeah, anything smaller.
Okay. I see the blue dot.
And
All right.
yeah. So, and some of them are sort of right in between. It's sort of like, well, is that a boulder or a rock?
So
And
that's not a boulder there that I was looking at. That one
Anything
on top
blue
there.
dot or smaller, you're just going to have to count it as a rock.
Right.
I think
But
so.
that one up there on the where you got your cursor at right there. That's not a
Yeah.
boulder.
I don't think so. Whoop, there we go. Yeah, no, I think this is dirt.
Oh,
I
okay.
think,
I got it.
here's a boulder, right?
Okay.
Here's a boulder. Here's a boulder, but I
Okay.
think right in between there, I think,
All right.
this is just a subjective thing. This is not,
All right.
I mean, and that is sort of
And
the
that's
whole.
what that kind of tells you what the crater, why there's a crater there. Then I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going through little rocks now. Oh, it just doesn't like me all that much up there. So I'm going to stay away from that. There's little glitches in the software here. That's expected, I guess. It's kind of hard. I mean, I would. So I'd like to be able to zoom in a little bit, but you can't do that here. So you just have to go with the cards that are dealt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's absolutely fantastic that we can do this. This is this is just unbelievably cool.
After a couple of those images, so your eyes really go cross at least
Oh
one.
yeah. Well, that's why I mean, it takes a little bit of a commitment, and you definitely want to take some breaks. Okay, I need to try to get into here a little bit, see if we can. It's kind of hard to see through that green too. So,
Yeah, well, there's lots of little rocks.
but there are lots of little rocks in here.
Yeah.
So, what you can do is just as good as you possibly can. And that is one of the cool things about stats, is that, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be exact. You just have to do as good as you can. And the stats will sort of smooth out all the, so-called errors and everything. And it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely great. So
sorry, no zoom to in that little app thing. Chuck Nagle wants to use a magnifier.
okay,
I
yeah.
tell him nope, can't do that.
Can't even do it here, Chuck. See, I'll try. I'm going to zoom in. Oh, look, it is zooming in now. The problem is that I can't scroll down. See, everything else scrolls. So that's a good idea, though. Make it as big as I can.
So
Okay.
so you know what he means, right, Chuck?
Yeah. Hopefully. But yeah, there's a lot of little rocks in here and stuff. So I'm just going to sort of try is the operative word to get in here and just mark as many as I possibly can. It's sort of just marking the location of these things, of course. Let's see. And everyone's going to be slightly different. The locations and where they are and all of that. This is a little too
In the
close.
words of my civilian drill instructor, there is no
Okay.
trying. There is only doing. There is
Except in
no
ro-
trying.
Chuck,
ex-
Not
I have a question
Ex-
for Chuck Nagum. How good is Manjaro that Ubuntu is? Because I don't know if you convince me about how good Manjaro is, I might try Manjaro over Gallium, which is a Ubuntu derivative like distribution that's meant for Chromebooks, and that's what I use.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So now,
But
is this asteroid, right?
yes,
Is it rotating?
it is. It
Okay,
is.
so now would
You know,
that
it
cause
actually.
a crater like that to be filled in?
You know, that is a good question. This asteroid was sort of a surprise.
And Cosmic uses Fedora.
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fedora. There it is. So that is the whole thing. Let's see if we can get a. That's not really a high-res image. We see a high-res image here. Let's see. Images. Tools. This is under tool. Size. Large. Here we go.
that is one rocky son of a gun.
Yeah. You know, they're calling this thing a rubble pile.
Yeah. I can see why.
Yeah.
But it would be hard to get samples off of that with the instruments we've got. Landing crater.
Yeah. See, but here's a crater that's got pretty smooth bottom to it. So maybe, you know.
Nice.
There's a big, huge one here. I forget what exactly the size is here. Probably the Wikipedia page will say.
Okay, how are the rocks staying on that?
Very, very, very precariously, I would think, because it is spinning. I think it's got a. Let's see if they've got a radius. Axial tilt.
So it has its own gravity, or how does that work?
Very, very, very slight. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. And that is sort of the idea why all these things are sticking to it. I'm not seeing a, here, 4.3 hours. 4.3 hours is the rotation.
Okay.
So,
Like,
I mean, you know, that's.
How big in mass is Bennu if they can hold all of that in one big rock?
Well, they're saying right here that it's 7.4 times 10 to the 10th kilograms. So, you know, I mean, it's mountain size, right? I mean, it's pretty big.
And it's got all the rocks and boulders. That's got it. I don't think any other asteroid can have something like that.
Well, you would be mistaken, Bobby, because let me show you.
So is it dirt or is it ice, or a combination of?
It is rocks and dirt. So let's. So this is a completely different asteroid, but look at this. Check this out. That's a completely different asteroid. Just so happens to look exactly like Bennu. Now, this one, I believe, is larger, right? Um, um, Bennu, I think, is about 1/4 of a kilometer in diameter. This one is almost 1 kilometer. So it's
So how much of that? How much content is in Ragu compared to Bennu?
content. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that.
I'm talking about like rocks and boulders.
You know, they've actually landed on this. You know, the Japanese spacecraft is up there now. They've actually landed on this. They've grabbed some samples. They've actually uh, um, um, thrown some explosives on it as well. And it's a rubble pile too. It's boulders and rocks, just like Bennu. It looks almost exactly the same. So yeah, you know, go figure. But yeah,
Wow.
you know, these are almost twins except for the size.
And I'd
Right.
like
Yeah,
to
maybe
welcome
that's-
Page Master in the
Page
chat.
Master, hey, nice to see you, Page Master. We are mapping Bennu.
I would not be blowing up asteroids.
Oh, come on, that's so much fun. You gotta blow stuff up,
You're
right?
asking for trouble when you're doing that.
No, that's so much fun. And it's for science, right? You know, I mean,
Right.
they aren't.
I don't know why we have a strange meteor shower tonight.
Wonder
I
why.
think
Yeah.
that's the end of the month if I was looking at that astro calendar. I think
Yes,
on the
No,
29th it's gonna
Bobby,
be.
I'm talking about if they explode up one of those
Yeah.
asteroids, they're gonna have a strange meteor shower.
Well, yeah. I mean,
What you get.
it would have to be a little extreme, but yeah. You know, they actually found that debris is actually flying off of Bennu just naturally. So you know, the gravity is so low that, you know, this stuff is just sort of sitting there, not really being held down
Wow.
too tightly.
Well,
So
I didn't know about the 13 colonies event, Page Master.
13 colonies event. I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
the amateur radio relay league had a special
Uh-huh.
event called the 13 colonies contest.
Oh,
Page Master worked 6 of them out of 13.
Wow. Ugh.
is that good?
And speaking of
We
the
should have done
world,
13.
and speaking of the world of radio, the Flat Earth program called World's Last Chance signed on at 0000 hours UTC on the frequency of 9,330 kilohertz.
The flat Earth.
And that's where they can talk about their flat Earth if you want. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
actually, it's a church. It's a church that believes in the theory of flat Earth, called World's Last Chance.
Hey,
good.
everybody's got a right to their opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, good for them. I'm
Freedom of expression, they say.
Right.
well, look, you know,
Yeah.
like I say, you know, everything that we think is you know, correct and true now was once a crazy, wild idea that everybody laughed at.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So who knows? Who knows? Now, you know, the flat Earth is sort of an extreme, but what really?
Well, I don't know if you've done any traveling, Cosmic. I have. I've gone around. I've been to Australia, you know.
Right?
So I know that the Earth is round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't doubt that at all. What baffles me is why are you know, the people who think that this is a crazy idea, why are they focusing so much on it? You
I
know,
don't. I just
When I
Hey, here's a good question for Astro Live Channel. Here's a way to defeat a flat earther. Ask them why do we have to change channels on the radio?
don't know why.
Hmm.
You know, if you don't agree with them, why
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 argue with it?
why waste any time? Yeah, I mean, I don't. I
I
don't.
don't.
You know,
That's what I was
yeah,
getting at. I don't either.
yeah. Anyway, I
I
would
mean,
much rather mark rocks and boulders. I think
I mean,
that's much
there
more
are
fun.
3. If the world was flat, we don't need to change the channel.
Yeah,
And if the
And if the earth was flat, cats would be throwing everything off already.
everything would be gone already. It'd be
and we
complete.
wouldn't have the 12-hour nighttime basically.
Yeah,
We
well,
would have one set of daytime. That's it. We just have day all the time.
you know, this thing is this.
I mean, I'm just thinking, if it was one-sided and flat, wouldn't you have daylight all the time?
I don't know anything. Not sure about those theories at all. So I don't have any.
I'm not either.
I don't have any answers at all. So yeah,
I was just asking a question. Huh?
yeah. You're asking the wrong guy because I
I
don't
mean,
know.
in general,
anything about
I
that.
think the most common perception is that the Earth is round, and basically the universe is round. You know, and
Yeah,
everything has kind of a round shape to it. You know, and
Okay, so here's a thought from Niji. Flat earthers believed in an ice wall around the earth that keeps the water in. If they really meant it, they'd be more concerned with global warming than any other group.
okay. Well,
Hmm.
I think that they are getting much more attention than what is needed, and that
Yeah.
is the thing that really baffles me. Is that it's like if you don't agree with them, why do you care?
We're just not
Really?
caught with your love affair. It
So
would never be wild.
yeah. Well, what do you
The
think?
only time the Earth is flat is when you're looking at it on a screen or on a picture on a
There you
photograph.
go. Yeah. All right. What do you think of that? Think we're? I mean, you see any obvious?
Oh my gosh, so much shenanigans right now. You should definitely check out what Page Master said. I don't think I should say it out loud too.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Page Master. What did Page Master say?
All right.
Yeah, well, I would sort of rather do anything than bother with that, and that's why it just baffles me that even right here, it's like we spent a lot of time talking about this when we could be talking about
And
something much more interesting.
you looking at the comments as well about flat earthers?
I would much
Okay,
rather not.
so now, on the
So Charles
asteroid.
Small So Charles Small says the roots of flat earth crowd are intelligent creation fundamentalist crowd.
Oh,
Okay, well,
is that Charles? Is that our friend Charles? Hey, Charles.
Yeah, Charles her.
nice
Alright.
to see
Cube
you.
Earth.
Um,
And Astro said we should start believing that the Earth is a triangle and the sky is purple.
oh
Also,
boy.
the moon is made up of cheese. Thank you for the
So,
cheese. of it.
Anyway, going back to the asteroid though, how much
Mhm.
what is the volume of material you said at once? Like how like in the center nucleus, for instance, there is a center to it, obviously, right?
Probably. I don't know.
Like a core. Is there a core? That's what I mean.
I sort of assume so, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any of
What's
that
a
kind of
tesseract
information.
Earth theory? What's the theory of tesseract Earth?
Oh, I don't know.
What Earth?
That
I don't know, Bobby. We're talking about asteroids.
hubris theory. Jeez.
I would help you.
Oh, well,
There are lots of extremely interesting theories out there, and we should look at them all. You know, we got to keep an open mind about all this stuff.
yeah, an open
Um,
mind, but not an empty one. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
And I never went there.
All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think I am basically done? Do you see any obvious things that I've sort of missed? I don't think so.
no, I don't think so either.
I mean, you know, it sort of depends on how far you want to go with all of this, right? You know, because one could spend you know, hours and hours and hours, I guess, with all of this. But I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's punch it. All right. Image done. Bam. Oh, is it going to do it? Come on. Image done. Uh-oh.
No, I think it.
Uh-oh.
I think
There it
it.
goes. Yay. All right, well, cool. I am definitely not going to do this one right now. So my eyes are definitely tired.
So now, how does it collect the material? Was it that big from the start, or did it get to that size after being worn down, or did it collect material as it goes through space?
Those are good questions, and there are no answers. None at all. You know, this kind of thing is going to take years and decades, you know, to sort of go through everything. You know, they have to make these observations. They have to collect the data. Then they have to analyze it. They got to think about it. They have to talk about it. You know, da 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 da. So you know, this is going to be a decades-long process because one, it's sort of a surprise. You know, I don't think we were sort of expecting this kind of object. So I don't think anybody knows, and I'm totally in favor of that. Totally. All right. So cheers. I think I'm going to get out of here. I'm noticing that it's really close to 3 hours UTC.
Oh.
So one big gulp of this. Cheers.
Yeah. It's better to laugh at the world, says Astro Live Channel.
It's
Hey, let's be happy. Let's be happy.
All right. Thank you.
I think the world deserves our laughter. Absolutely. And a black kitty too. So, all right, everybody. I think I'm going to get out of here for now. I'll be back again tomorrow. Tell a friend. And I think that's it. I will be back here again tomorrow, 2 hours UTC. More astronomy. Kira, hey, you missed out, but we mapped another piece of Bennu. Atta has just vaporized. She's turned back into a pumpkin, and oh yeah, I'm getting the signal too. So yeah, I think it's about time that I get back up to the mothership. Right, I'm just allowed you to come down for a little while here, mess around with all of you.
I like to see her turning into that pumpkin.
You know, I don't think I want to see that. It's probably not too pretty. So yeah, I think there are some things there that I would much rather not not see. So I'm glad that she exits first and then.
Oh, there you go.
So, all right, everybody. Well, I'm going to get out of here. So have a great evening, a great day. Peace, cheers, and all that. I will see you again in 22 hours and 59 minutes. I will be back here. One little spin of this tiny little planet that we're on. All right. So until then, live long and prosper. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.